when I did vomit blood for like 6 months for my own house, and I had to leave my house. Yeah?
No way.
No worry. Watch what you say in words, because devil controls music.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Channel Up, where trending stories are being digested. And today I'm bringing you two weighty updates. One that shakes our faith in healthcare, and the other, an intimate conversation and interview between two Nigerian media figures. Most importantly, Nice, the Nigerian artist, was being interviewed, and he let out lots of secrets that have trailed his career. First, I will start with the story of the 20-month-old child that was infected with HIV in a hospital in Edo State. So the implications of this particular story are chilling. I feel for that 20-month-old child that was infected with HIV due to the carelessness of a particular hospital. But before I dive deeper into this story, here is exactly what's being circulated, taking word for word. Now, I will quote from where this news came. A blog or a page on X called Trending Explained is always used to digest trending issues, and this is coming straight from Edo State. So you can follow up, and I will quickly digest the story while you sit back. Please, I would warn, this story is very pathetic. This story is very sad, and this story is so painful. Nobody, I mean nobody, would love their enemy to go through this pain. But let's go together. A hospital in Edo State infected a 20-month-old baby with HIV, allegedly, through contaminated blood transfusion. Now they are offering 300K compensation. How? Can 300K pay for the boy's HIV status? When the baby was rushed there, doctor said he was low on blood and needed blood transfusion. According to the father paid 40K. That's 40,000 naira. This was back in February at Safe Bliss Medical Center in Benin City. Safe Bliss. After 2 rounds of blood transfusions, the baby was discharged 2 days later until the baby started acting unusual and they discovered he had become HIV positive. Wow, so sad. Moving on, the hospital didn't respond to the family as at the time until Sahara reporters took the story, and the Edo Commissioner for Health piqued interest and invited the two parties. The hospital tried to deflect, claiming the baby was perhaps infected at the pharmacy before they brought him to their facility. The commissioner, Cyril Adams Oshomole, argued that pharmacies do not handle transfusions, they only give drugs. It was clear they were very guilty, so he gave them 2 options. Number 1, give the parents lifetime employment so they can cater for the kid they have put in a lifetime situation. The number two condition was they should take full responsibility for the kid's medical care till maybe he leaves this world. Who knows? Well, these conditions are kind of relaxed, but they are still in line, so the hospital will be able to keep up. And then the third condition given to the hospital was they should pay the family 700,000 naira compensation, because if the case went to court, someone would get jailed. So the hospital owner said she's a retired nurse and can't afford all of that, but they'll think about it and return with their offer. Months went by, yet they remained numb. After noise by the kid's father and all, the story went viral. The clinic finally offered 300,000 as they could afford for compensation. The father rejected it, called them wicked, and demanded 100 million naira. Otherwise, he will take them to court, which he is certain they would lose. So he doesn't understand their attitude after altering the kid's life. Following state investigations, the clinic is reportedly sealed as at the time of giving this report. So having had the analysis, or having had the updates rather, let us unpack what this means, and let's take a look at analysis. Now, a medical facility, yeah, Safe Bliss Medical Center in Benin City, allegedly infected a toddler through a contaminated blood transfusion. The child was only 20 months old. He couldn't even decide from left to right. So let's look at the sequence of events. The father paid some money for blood in February. Now, after 2 transfusions, the boy was discharged. So that invariably means that the hospital were responsible for the whole thing. Now, the hospital were so lazy to respond to the parents, which I feel was a very big issue. Okay, and the hospital is supposed to actually come to their aid in all ways possible, because if this goes out of that circle, that hospital stands the risk of not only being closed down, but the owner stands the risk of going to jail. Now, we've seen that the hospital tried to shift the blame, but it did not work. If not for the intervention of the Edo State government, the story we will have been hearing now will have been something else. So if you ask me, I would start by faulting the parents, first of all, that were kind of nonchalant, because every parent should know what your child is being administered. Okay, whatever, whether drugs, whether syrups, whether any sort of medications, make sure they have been duly certified by professionals. This is where I will fault the parents. But if the parents are not that learned, the hospital will have been more careful. This has to do with personnel employment and management. Okay. Now, all these are just the hospital's fault, and the hospital was not in any way supposed to profile a solution in the range of 300,000 naira. Why would you profile such a solution? Okay, because your owner is retired, doesn't she make more than 300k in a year? So I don't understand. Are you trying to justify the fact that you made a mistake on a 20-month-old child whose life you've damaged for life? So I don't really blame the father for demanding 100 million. I think they will pay through their noses until they can pay no more, because this is totally unacceptable. So the clinic is reportedly sealed following the state's investigation. Yes, that's a very good move by the government. That's a very, very steady move by the government. But I feel that the hospital should be used as a scapegoat. The employees, or the employers rather, the management, should be used as a scapegoat. This is because if you don't um, give an example with these people, other hospitals will continue to make mistakes. We've heard of people forgetting different surgical tools in people's belly. Okay, why does this case really matter? This case raises severe ethical and regulatory red flags. A medical procedure intended to save a life allegedly endangered it instead. It begs major questions. How rigorous are blood screening protocols at private clinics, especially clinics like this? What regulatory oversight exists, and will justice both for the child and for public safety be served? I believe justice is en route to be served for the family, but no justice can actually be equated to that of the child's life. That is what I feel. Okay. Well, that is that on that particular update. From healthcare tragedy, I would move quickly to something a bit different, but still with weight. An unexpected interview on the Nancy Isime show. When I say Nancy Isime show, you know who is anchoring it. Nancy Isime herself. She featured veteran musician Nice sharing his experience and insights. Now, here is what we found from the interview. Okay, in Nice's appearance, Nice spoke about spirituality, the music industry, and his personal turning point, where he has been, where he is now, and what has been happening. Without much ado, I think I will quickly break down something before I show you the video. He revealed how the devil controls the music industry and opened up about his faith and career challenges. Now, I will introduce that segment so that it will serve as an opportunity to hear from Nice directly. He said lots of spiritual things that you may not even know happens in the industry. Stay tuned. More details after the break.
I was talking about Grammy, and I wasn't given, but I got it. We never get out.
It still came to us, and at the time we were talking about it, it wasn't even coming to Africa at all.
Exactly. So that's why I said music, you can be passing message. That's why when you sing as an artist, watch what you say in words, because devil controls music.
Really?
Yeah.
You think the devil controls music?
Ah,
Why'd you
devil
say
is
so?
the choir master. That's why we smoke, we do all these things we do. Yes. Music generally, devil controls the music. If you are coming to this industry, understand where you're coming to. I'm not lying to you, don't worry.
So just the way God controls, the devil also controls
Yeah.
certain things.
No, he
And
said,
you
go
think
to the
music-
world. Let me see how many will go follow you. Let me stay there. Let's see how many will go follow me. Then we go there. It's the most powerful angel. It's the most powerful.
You look like you've researched this a lot.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. I don't research anything. I just talk.
You
I
just-
just yeah.
But based on the knowledge and what you know and what you've experienced spiritually,
yeah,
would you say you've experienced spiritual battles while doing music?
several times.
What is that one spiritual battle you went through that you thought you would not get out of?
When I did vomit blood for like 6 months from my own house, and I had to leave my house.
No way.
Don't worry. It's okay.
When was this? How long ago was this?
2010, 2009.
6 months.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a medical condition.
No. Don't be medical. Don't worry.
Ha! So how do you protect yourself?
Me, I'm not Christian. I'm not Muslim. I'm Babalawo. I tell people, and people run away from me. Did you see any juju here with me? For me, I'm African.
Traditionalist.
What did you call it?
Traditionalist.
Yeah, that's what I practice.
And you practice.
Because I find my own light, my own way.
If you were to change anything, what would that have been?
The first time I experienced this was when I was vomiting that blood. And someone just told me, someone said, look Bafa now. Okay, so that you can be protected. I said, okay. I did it. I just wish that I've known Ifa at the beginning. When Fela was talking, Fela used to go to Ogun. We were like, this guy, what's he doing? And now I know. See, God said, I will never come to you in a different language from your people. And I understand later that this black community, this black continent is for black people. And we have our own messengers. We have our own prophet. Go back to your house, ask your mom or your dad or your grandpa. They will tell you what they do in your house. Now only road enter Lekki is what? Now only one road.
Welcome back. That was nice. Bearing reflections on spirituality and the unseen forces he believes shapes the industry. Remarkably, very, very candid, and not what really other mainstream outlets would highlight for you. So you're very, very privileged to watch Channel Up. Now, nice is touching on how personal beliefs influence professional paths in music. It's a conversation that cuts deeper than headlines, especially in an industry where image often comes before introspection. You understand, right? Yes, and I don't have issues with whatever Nice said. Nice was very straight. He spoke of when he spoke about when he was supposed to bring Grammy back home and all, and he justified his lyrics in that song. Okay, so in conclusion, we've seen two different distinct stories. Very, very sad, especially the first one, but we've watched and we've listened to them, right? Now, the horror that unfolded in a pediatric ward in that hospital, a mistake that may cost a family more than just money. A clinic has been actually sealed as a result of this, and a toddler's life has been forever altered. This is very unheard of, and this shouldn't be happening. This is quietly unacceptable. Two, the spiritual journey of a respected artist like Nice on a talk show that peeled back the curtain on industry secrets, if you ask me. So both stories remind us about trends that reflect life, not just viral content, but human truth in pain and in reflection. So I'll leave you with this as usual. When institutions fail us, like the medical institution, our voices must be louder than it is right now. And when artists speak their truth, we must listen, because we actually listen to them when they are happy. So we should listen to them when they are sad, because sometimes that reflection helps all of us heal to a high degree. You've listened to Channel Up. If this episode moved you, why not like, share, and subscribe to our channel? Tell us which story resonated with you more. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged. See you next time. Bye.